Welcome to part 5, where I'm giving you a quick lit review of witchiness throughout history and how women scholars have talked about this witchiness, and then connecting it back to Wanda's character in WandaVision. We're going to start with Silvia Federici and her work Caliban and the Witch. In this work, she argues that it's not necessarily a specific corollary of subversive activity that could result in the woman bearing the title of a witch. Rather, historically, it is a matter of female personality that is the backbone of the stereotype. And this is an interesting note because it is not about a woman's action, but rather any sign of a woman having interiority is an act of resistance. And for Federici, much of a woman's interiority is her ownership and celebration of her ability to reproduce. And also, her ability to reproduce is also preyed upon and often demonized if unable to be manipulated by authority. Sound familiar? For Federici, the body is a key to understanding the roots of male dominance and the construction of female social identity. As women's bodies are often sites of sexuality, procreation, and mothering, they are also a part of strategies of violence by means of which male-centered systems of exploitation have attempted to discipline and appropriate the female body. And to demonstrate this, Federici gives us a list where she says, in history, ostracized women who are often deemed witches were the heretic, the healer, the disobedient wife, or the woman who dared to live alone. So you can see, starting out, the idea of interiority is a central theme here. And I want to connect this next to a theory of representation written by Barbara Creed. And Barbara Creed is known for studying the horror genre, and she notes that the stereotype of the witch is the essence of the witch figure, and the natural capabilities for her magical and evil powers all connect to interiority. Creed leans on the idea that witches are other and abject within patriarchal discourse. She states in The Monstrous Feminine that the witch is an abject figure. She is thought to be dangerous and wily, capable of drawing on her evil powers to wreak destruction on the community. She sets out to unsettle boundaries between the rational and the irrational, the symbolic and the imaginary. And finally, we have Sandra Gilbert in her work Rereading Women. And I think this is a very poignant analysis of the witch figure that really connects to Wanda's representation in the MCU as well as in the comics. And she explains that the figure of the witch was always thought to be in a state of hysteria. She breaks hysteria down to its Greek word hyster, which she says means wandering womb. And she says this is essential to the witch figure, a creature whose wandering manifests in her ability to create and to destroy as she oscillates between the power of life and death. She says this figure of the witchy, bitchy mother occupies a gray space in culture, a wild zone. She can kill or cure, and she has a magic whose power must therefore be contained by confinement.